Give a chance to Noah, please. Don't worry. You can move to the other chair, please. Don't worry. No, come here. Yes. Miss? K-I-M-I-R-I for the stage. See. Yes, kindly place you on record, Council Sewe. Your client, you can proceed and read.
Public property, contrary to section 45(1)(a), as well as section 48 of the Anti-Corruption and Economic Crimes Act number of 2013. Particulars: between 1st April 2022 to 31st August 2022, within Nairobi City County, the Republic of Kenya, you being a public officer employed as a general manager, finance and ICT at the Rural Electrification and Renewable Energy Corporation, you fraudulently acquired public property in terms of salary and allowance amounting to Kenya shillings 1,455,066.05 from Rural Electrification and Renewable Energy Corporation, having been employed using a forged degree. Your response? Your response? Fact we knew to be false. Your response? Not true. Count number 3, uttering a false document contrary to section 353 as read to section 349 of the Penal Code. The particulars: on the 23rd day of March 2021, at the Rural Electrification and Renewable Energy Corporation within the Nairobi City County, with intent to deceive, knowingly and fraudulently uttered a false master of business administration degree certificate number 0217 in the name of Oluoch to CPA Peter Mbugwa, the Chief Executive Officer at the Rural Electrification and Renewable Energy Corporation, purporting it to be a genuine document issued to you by the University of Nairobi, a fact you knew to be false. Your response?
The IOS investigation done, all witness statements, and any other document prosecution wishes to rely on in this matter. EACC fully from the 31st day of August 2022 up to date. He has been out on a free bond. He has never paid any bond to the EACC. But despite being out on a free bond, he has honored all the summonses. He is not a flight risk. He lives in Nairobi in Lang'ata Estate, his house. He has a spouse. Donna has children who are studying in Nairobi. All his children are studying in Nairobi. He's a Kenyan with very strong family ties, both in Rongo, in Migori County, and Nairobi. He simply plies most of his business between Rongo and Nairobi. Yana, from the date he was first summoned by AACC up not show that it can in any way interfere with the witnesses. At all, at all. Your Honor is the sole breadwinner, with huge responsibility on his shoulder, paying school fees, diabetic. Your Honor, that is the consideration that EACC considered that had him out on a free board. Your Honor, we plead for an lenient cash bail. Your Honor, up to the time we are coming to court, he has been out of employment, but we have raised 70,000. We plead with the court to consider that as sufficient. Considering the amount in question is 1,455,000. Well, that is how.
Person was not released on any freehold by EACC. He was arrested today and arraigned before this court. Therefore, the information being given to court that he was out on freehold is not true. Your Honor, the prosecution does not oppose the bail application by the accused person. However, 70,000 is not sufficient bond. It's not sufficient cash bail for the offenses that he is facing. Your Honor, it's a submission that a cash bail of 500,000 will be sufficient. Further, Your Honor, to ensure that the accused person remains within the jurisdiction of this court, it's our prayer that he surrenders his travel documents, including any passport, Kenyan or East African passport that he could be owning. He be surrendered to this court for us to be certain that he remains within its jurisdiction as and when required. Your Honor, as regards the disclosure, we have no objection. The prosecution shall not be disclosing the investigation diary to the accused person for the reason that it is an internal document and besides it does not form part of the evidence, both exculpatory or inculpatory as against the accused, so we feel it should not be disclosed to him. Otherwise, for the other documents, we shall be disclosing them to the accused person, and we shall file an inventory to this court by answer you.
Get the court back by quoting authorities that the purpose of pay the accused person for almost the last 2 years has attended to all summons by the ELCC, which for record have been more than 8. Nothing changes that will now make the accused person to now abscond court. Your Honor, on our request to be supplied with the IO's diary, the court is well aware that
Could I leave that one? I'll make a note about it.
okay.
I'll make a note. The one also on call for very substantive interrogation.
We are not objecting.
Yeah. Yes, yes,
But we know the passport that we flag either way,
yes.
even without with a photo,
Yeah.
without a physical passport.
Okay. Okay.
So we request
Yeah.
7 days to
Yeah.
apply that.
Okay. Request 7 days.
And Your Honor, before you plan, prosecution has assured us.
Get any fears, eh? I wouldn't want to say that I doubt you. If he has been going for summons, let us not him, isn't it? Yeah. I think client has been summoned several to ESCC. It's just a question of semantic. Just a question of semantic, isn't it? Yeah. That's a question. Your base goes and he comes. The arrest was today, and he has done it today through the charge sheet. I've seen the way it is being done. When it gets without a plea of not guilty for the accused person. I've also considered the address by counsel for the accused and the prosecution on the question of bond terms. Mr. Osewe, you made a proposal for a cash bail of 70,000, which was opposed by the prosecution, who in turn proposed a sum of 500,000 as cash bail. I've considered the circumstances of the accused persons, all the things that you have said. I've also looked at the charges. I've also looked at the previous contact of the accused person during that breadth of the investigations. And I find this to be the appropriate and reasonable bond terms for this case. Accused person, you shall be released on a bond of 1 million, one surety for similar amount. That if it is bond, if it is cash bail as an alternative, a sum of 500,000. Sorry. Okay, accused person, in addition, you shall within the 7 days, I've borrowed from what counsel has suggested, surrender before this court your passports, and you are barred from traveling outside the country without leave of the court. You can still move, but just inform counsel, he knows what to do. He'll put an application, then we grant you leave with the return dates. So we are not simply saying that you can't go. You can go, but just with leave of the court to regulate. Then for the prosecution, please supply counsel, that's accused person through counsel, with copies of the charge sheets, witness statements, copies of documents or electronic documents, which you intend to rely on in this case. The question for the accused to be supplied with a copy of the investigation diary shall be a matter that I leave it to be addressed before the trial courts. You can raise that issue, then you can substantively canvass that issue before the trial courts. For now, we'll have this matter fixed for a pre-trial conference. It is within 14 days before Honorable Celeste Okore, Principal Magistrate, on the 17th of April, 2024. You have agreed on your time to be at 9 a.m. If there is any clarification that you may require, I'm willing to hear you. Then, Honorable Celeste Okore. You know, they're at the reception. We are making the cash bill indicate. They'll do the invoice for you. You make the payments. We do not handle cash. Correct? So that should not be a matter that... Okay.
That's good.